Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we were going to talk about silver here to start off with, and we'll move to gold. But this was the head and shoulders pattern that we looked at yesterday. It went right up to our level. We broke off, but I have to show you something. Now, the AI program that I use doesn't always work this way, but today it's just been absolutely perfect. Look at this. Now, see, it's having an inversion here. In other words, it's no longer following the cycle. And remember, the last part of the day is the part that doesn't work very well. But look at this. This has been a big move down. It's a $7,500 move. I didn't take all of it. I took a piece of it, but that's what you try to do when you're looking at that. But that was the head and shoulders that we were watching for sure. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the gold market here. And all I got to do is move these things around a little bit, and we'll be ready to go. Here's our gold. As you can see here, we'll get this up. We had some really nice moves in gold. I focused on these overnight on the video. By the way, I think I've switched over to another firm other than Google. There's where we were right here with the gold this morning. The beautiful ABCD. Took 2.5 hours to fill that right in there, blow it up. You can see it a little better, but then you lose some on the back. But anyway, we had there was the opening of the market. Okay, look, the market breaks 28. It rallies $17. That's half the harmonic number in gold. And if you go from your high down to your low, where does it stop? There it is. And these are the types of things we want to be looking for tomorrow when we're doing our live trading, because they help a great deal. Now, if we look at on a shorter term basis here on gold, we're in the midst of a little rally in here. Let's just try to, for kicks and giggles, see if we can find a little trade for you guys to do. And we'll just blow this up a little bit. There's where we are. We go from the last high that we made back here at 3 o'clock in the morning. You say it should get all the way up here to 27.18. The bottom was almost $18. There's between 16 and $18 is going to be the harmonic number. So watch this in gold now, because if it doesn't get any higher than this little ABCD that's right there, that's going to be a pretty good short sale. And it's only $10 away. Gold moves quickly. So you watch that one closely, because that could be a really good trade. Stop and think. This one went from 43 all the way up to 55, $18. You had $18 there. There's where you are right there. That's the harmonic number repeating over and over again. So I'd be watching that one. These are the kinds of things we'll be watching tomorrow. And don't forget the tiger dollars, folks. The tiger dollars are very, very important. All right. Let's move on now to the Treasury bonds. As you know, yesterday we knew when we went below here, it was no longer any good. And you can see we've been coming down quite a bit. Let's just go to the hourly chart, because it shows it a whole lot better. There's where we were looking yesterday. If you remember, there's your head and shoulders pattern. Misses the 382 here by about 4 pips, and now it's starting to come down, and it keeps going and going. I hadn't checked this morning, but we had a report that came out, and we had a little bit of a rally, but it didn't make the 382. I can tell. Well, I think it didn't make the 2. No, it didn't even come close. It misses it by only 2 ticks. But now we're starting to head down. This tells us that this bond market's in trouble, folks. If we look at this on the daily now, because there's where we were. See, we got a bottom coming in here pretty soon, I believe. If you remember, we had that in there for a reason. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's get that out of the way now. And you'll see the next support is coming here real closely. And I believe we have a jobs report tomorrow. So let's just look at this for kicks and giggles and get this out of the way. There was the buy right here. We sold it up in here. Now we're watching it come down. I've got to refresh the whole page. Just 1 second, and oh my goodness, we're almost right at the 618 right now. Refresh today, and yeah, we're almost within a penny or two. We're down 1. I don't know why that didn't refresh. Just remember, see, There it is. Now all of it refreshed. So we're setting at the 618 right now, folks. 117.05. The low has been 09. The low has been 12. So we're very, very close. All right. Now, one other thing we want to look at, if we're looking at something like this, we want to check and see, just for kicks and giggles, how, I keep saying that because that was my favorite saying of my daughter, Jill. Hold on a second here. This is what the forecast look for. This is almost perfect today. Look at this, following really nice. It says we should be getting a rally here. If we could make a new low down there at 09 at this time, it looks to me like it would be not a bad deal. Take a look at this. We're looking at 618 at 09, and all we do, if we take a tiny little of the old ABCD, as Mark would say, it's AB equals CD, and there it would come down here. There you buy it, and it's got a slight positive. Remember, the last part of the day is the least accurate in the AI program. So, and we'll be using that off and on tomorrow. Most everything we do will be basically trade what not trade what you see. It will basically be ABCD patterns and, the Gartley's butterflies, all those. Stick with the patterns. That's the one that get me to the promised land. The only time you want to use the 382 is when you've got a fib number and you've got a strong trending market. That's when it gives you the best response of anything. Now, we've got to take a look here at the euro because we had some really interesting trades going on in the euro today. You get up here and you'll be able to see there was over the last couple of days, we made a big ABCD down here at 29. The low was at, 0.46729, and this was 6.5. It was 12 ticks off the bottom, and that rallied $500, came down and made a new bottom, and then it rallied again. Now, we almost made, this would have been really interesting if we would have made this, but there's your ABCD right here. You see, but it didn't quite get down low enough, telling you, oh, maybe it's starting to change a little bit because it missed it by, it's only 10 pips, but that counts. So this is euro. As we look at this on the longer term period, we're still getting down here. We're going to be real close to a bottom very, very shortly. We're going to blow this up so we can see it really clearly here and then get rid of all the little things that don't mean anything in the past. And we're going to draw it in right now and see where that 618 comes in, but it looks like it's down here just a little bit lower, down here at 1044. So we have to watch that. Now remember, we're down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Tomorrow's a 6th day. Oh, got to pay attention to that. If you're willing to sell it up here on day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you got to be ready to buy it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's harmony, folks. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's what it's running. It's 6 days up, 6 days down. Now, don't reveal any of these strange, mysterious mathematical formulas that I'm giving here to you for free to anyone, folks. These are highly prized. No mathematics books show that 6 here and 6 there. That was a little attempt at humor, and I failed. Let's see how we're doing. Maybe the bell will save me. We're going to be on a break here now in 39 seconds. Yes, I will look at some of the stocks that are in the news because they are definitely in the news. They're here to stay. That's all you can say. Let's move on here, and we'll take a look at start out with Apple, I guess, when we come back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, I brought Apple up as a test subject. We ran the AI on that this morning. As you can see, it said the market was going to rally up to just about where we are right now. And as you notice, there's an ABCD pattern that was setting right here. But let's check and see from the high to the low if we made a 382 retracement on this last move. Nah, we missed it by, we missed it by 37 cents. But this is the important one. So we want to go to the next lower one and go to see where we were from yesterday. You can see there's the 12th. Oh, that's today's low. Then the market comes up. There's the move right here. There's the pullback right here that we're watching. But I want to see what this is off of the last big low we had back here. Let's make sure all this data is correct. Refresh. Get this there. There we go. Move this over around. I want to see what this low was, because there's Wednesday's high. We came all the way down here. We're going to move it over to the last big low we had, which is right there. I can already see it's below the 382, stopping almost exactly at the 50%, I would believe. Yep, there it is, 50%, but we move it over just a little bit. There's another low back there. Let's go to the daily. Maybe the daily will give us a better idea. Not really, because see, there's just no really pullbacks in here. So this is Apple still going up. I mean, there's no reason to think that it's not going to go up. Let's take a look at Tesla. Mr. Musk is the richest man in the world. Let me tell you how rich he is, folks. $400 billion. You know how much that is? 1929, the richest man in the world was John D. Rockefeller. And remember, 1929 bought a lot of stuff. Guess what? He's 14 times bigger than John D. Rockefeller was, price adjusted. That is a lot of money, folks. That man can eat out 2 or 3 nights a week and not have to worry about paying his bills. Anyway, let's look at Tesla, where we are today. Last time I saw it, it was $4,000 a share, I think. Oh, let's not do that. Let's go up and get up here with the daily chart that we can see. Oh, it's actually sold off a little bit. We got as high as 430 today, and now we're starting to back off. We'll just look at this real short term, but the short terms where you get the long terms. There's the move from yesterday, the 9th to the 12th. We're going to draw it in. These are all the same. There's your ABCD pattern. Pulls back, measures to 431, and it gets to 430. Actually, 430 was the high, and I just drew that in. So there's others in here too. You can pick your poison, but this is a big move. Where these things are going to go, folks, is going to be really interesting because we're seeing divergences like we've never seen before. Well, that's not true, Larry. Let's go and share the information that you have. Okay, let's go back to the world of .com. There's the .com bubble. The blue line, as you can see, is the New York Stock Exchange Index. The red line is the NASDAQ 1,000. I want you to see the divergence here at the top. Okay, this was in March of 2000. You have a new high in the NASDAQ at 5,000. It went down, believe it or not, to 1,000 in a few years, okay? That was in 2002 that it bottomed, all right? So you see the divergence that we have. There's very little divergence in here. See that? There's very little divergence. That's an important thing because if you go back and look at the history books of where we are right now, this is the biggest divergence we've ever had between the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. Folks, the New York Stock Exchange is flat out bearish. I mean, you cannot say that it's not bearish because you can say what you like. Here's the New York Stock Exchange, okay? There's where we were as of yesterday. You see this thing was down on the day? Well, it was actually basically unchanged. This is the NASDAQ. This thing went to the moon, and you can see the big divergence that we're having here. They usually follow hand in hand. Something is different, and mainly because everybody's piling on, and that's what they should be piling on for because that's what they're looking. But there could be some danger signs coming out here. Remember, the New York Stock Exchange topped. Let's get that up here so we can see it somewhere. I had it on here. What did I do? I got rid of it, I guess. Yeah, I guess I did. I got so many of these things on here that I don't know which ones I have to work on, but that's neither here nor there. The one we were looking at yesterday, remember, was the gold market. We had this one lined up. This was our show in the gold market. There's early morning, and then we had this move down last night. You can see it, boom, boom, boom. I sent this out on a video last night. There was a 382 we just talked about. It went all the way down to 27.97. So it was a 26.97. So it was a pretty big move to the downside. I don't have that thing on the New York Stock Exchange Index handy. I know that I have it here somewhere, but no, this is what I wanted to point out to you folks. Look at the .com bubble. Okay, this was the beginning of the internet really getting popular back in 95, 96. Okay, look at the ABCD measuring to right there. That's the .com bubble. That was crazy. I mean, this is when things were going nuts, all right? Look at that. It came all the way back down, gave back 79% of that move. Then it went up again in 2007 and then gave 80% of the move back, okay? Boy, where we are now, folks, where we are now, I know you're not going to believe me, but this is where we are right now. We're at the top of that circle, maybe a little above it. But boy, there's danger knocking on the door here. I don't know when it's going to happen. Boy, it's telling you, boy, be careful because the big dogs are barking on the porch and you want to be careful because one of them might be a pit bull and you don't want to mess with those. I get accused all the time of always being bearish. That is total, absolute BS. This is the past year of the stuff that I keep these handy because when people ask me that, I want to be able to tell them, and that's it. This was the October low of last year. Where is that October low? Right in here. I think this was it right here. No, it's back here. It's not even on this one. It goes back to 23. This is 24. So it's October of 23 where the big buy signal came in. But all of these, look, this was the August 5th major Bradley date that day. Big ABCD, you're setting at a 78% and a 61%. We covered shorts there. We sold it there. We covered shorts there. Here was the big move right here. You see that low right there to that high? If you measure this low to this high to that low, it's exactly 0.618. And what is that? That's election night. And look what happened. They closed right on the 382 that night, and then the election started, and the market had a 1,500-point rally in the Dow Jones that left a gap here that they still haven't begun to fill. So pay attention. This is big time stuff what we're looking at up in here. And the Dow Jones now is lagging. It's a big dog is not barking on that porch. Let's take a quick look at that one, and we'll bring it up to your attention so you can see it for yourself. And it's right over here somewhere. Let's get it up here. We'll be able to look at it here. There it is right here. Let's get this up here. Let me switch this over. This is what I was looking at this morning. And look what it says we're getting ready to do now. There's your 10 a.m. high right here. Okay, and look what it says we're getting ready to do. Oh dear, we might be getting the rally. Is that true? Let's just check the old ABCD out for the old Kicks and Giggles group. Okay, hold on. AB equals CD. Holy moly, guacamole. We got something called guacamole. We'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, here's the Dow, folks. Back on December 5th, we had the head and shoulders pattern right at the 382. That was 449. It is now 900 handles below or where we sold it, and we've had some 382s all the way through here. Okay, now if you did the S&P, we sold it at 6110, went all the way down to 6650, and I wrote it all the way back up with a stop at break even. The only reason it did that is simply that I believe that it's going to go a lot lower, but I have a risk-free trade on, and that's what gives me hope. I know it's not a good trading word, but when you're in something and you've got your order in, you're protected. You don't have to look at it. I had a phone call today from somebody that says, when I paper trade, I do really, really good. And when I put my orders in real time, I lose every time. And I said, well, there's only two reasons for that. One is you're not looking at the right thing. That's the main reason, but that's probably not it because you're going back and forth. So it's got to be the second thing. And that is you're watching the gosh darn machine watch the seconds and the ticks go up, and you're making 30 cents, losing 40 cents. You can't think like that, folks. If you're going to trade, put the order in and go do something else. You don't have any control over it. They're not going to be looking for your stops. They don't do that. That's the thing is, you can have alerts set in there to tell you where, like where we are right now here in the Dow Jones. We're sitting right near what I think could be a bottom. Let's just look at it again. We're right there. There it is right there. We're either making a double bottom right here or it's going to go. Now, the bad part about this is the last part of the day, this last 2 hours is the least predictable of the early part. And the reason for that is we've gone through 222 2-minute bars. So the statistics say that, yeah, sometimes it does, but the odds say it's only about 50% as opposed to 62%. And that's what you're looking at. So we're going to see if it works or not. But, for one thing, if you get below this level, you're certainly wrong. And it's been the weakest of the whole, it's been weakest ever since December 5th, So, and that's mainly because those are Dow stocks, they're totally different than the Animal House over there at the NASDAQ. Those stocks those are Disneyland type stuff. When you see, it's none of my business to even talk like that because I don't know diddly what I'm talking about. But I've seen that stuff before, and that's all I can tell you. You're going to see it again, and this time when you see it, it's going to be really bad. And I don't like to use the C word, but by golly, it's going to hurt a few folks that don't protect themselves, and I hope you do that protection while you're working with us here right now, okay? So let's move on here. About the bond, someone asked a question, is the bond a valid trade? Yes, it's done everything that you wanted to do. It's right at this thing. This would be the type of trade I'll be doing tomorrow. It's got all the things that I like to see. Let's just get it back up here. Put the hourly chart up. That's what we were watching here. And move this out of the way, and I think we have to go to the daily to get that what we were watching. Isn't that correct? There's where we were. It's trading, and the low has been E12. It's trading at 15. So if you want, I would wait and buy it. The number is 09, so buy it if it makes a new low at 11. Okay, that's 4 ticks away. This is a contract that's worth well over $117,000, so you can trade it with a 10-tick stop. So if you buy it at 10, okay, you subtract 10 from that, and you put your stop at 116.31, which would be right there. So you're risking 10 points to do that, and that's really what you're looking at. Now, remember, just a few days ago, we were buying this little puppy right there. Remember that 382 right there? Bingo, bango, boom, boom. Look at that. Had a really good move. We ended up breaking even on that. Well, I told some people it's probably going to have some resistance up here, but they went all the way up and all the way back down. And you can see that's what you got to get out of the route. You got to get out of the way when they don't work. The first mistake teaches. The second mistake kills, and my beeper just told me that the old clock on the wall says that the Dow Jones is making a new low, and not only that, it's making it at the wrong time of the day. Well, see, it's off a little bit. So there's a possibility here that maybe this is inverting. You see how it's gone up and back down again? So what I would do here looking at this, hey, and this is just how I look at things, because when these things, remember the last part of the day is the least, hold on one second, I've got to get this up here to make sure, get this out of the way, and I have to hit the inversion thing here, because it might be doing this. Hold on. And that's a possibility. See how it's starting to come down now? But you're talking about somebody who's so doggone bearish you can't even walk across the street without carrying a radar equipment. All right, anyway, that's where, let me turn this off because we've gone below the ABCDs down here, telling we're moving down a little bit, and we'll see how some of these things are moving along as we go through. But let's take a look at something here that I wanted to mention to you about these on risk control, because everything we do here, folks, is based on risk control, because the patterns will tell you when you're wrong. You've got to get out of Dodge, okay? And believe me, that's the key to looking at this. Now, see, to me, this is possibly, if this was perfect up to this point right here. See, it was perfect right to there. Now it's not perfect anymore. That's telling me that it's probably flipped. That's all I'm doing. I'm just looking at that. And believe me, it's wrong as often as it is bad, but we had this little rally here. The only thing that confirmed that it was going to be a high is if that high right here was a 382 off of here. If you put that down there, oh my goodness, shut the front door, Gomer. There it was, 441145. That's a $500 move in just about, it took about 10 minutes. That's not too bad. It's like working at McDonald's almost. I have a guest here today, folks, that's making fun of me all the time, so I'm trying to levitate myself. Hold on, let's get on. Not levitate, I don't know what the word is. I'm trying. You got to see this is the gasoline, another one that was just a absolute monster. Now, remember that number we always talk about, right? All right, let's take a look at it, just see if it's any good. Remember, I said always watch for those numbers coming in. Uh-oh. What is it? 382. Oh, my goodness. Look at the ABCD on the way up. Let's see if that one's good, Gomer. Let's take a look here. There's where we are. There's where we are right now. By the way, folks, Don Knotts was always a regular guest at Hollywood Park, and he is he was one of the most affable, friendly, wonderful people you'd ever want to meet. And I could tell you stories that you wouldn't believe, but by golly, I'll tell you, he was just a super nice guy and very, very philanthropic. He gave most of his money away to the poor people, actually, before he died. His family didn't even want it. Anyway, there's the tree drive to a top pattern right up in here. You can see that beautiful move. This is a considerable amount, folks. That's a $1,200 move in just about a day and a half, so it looks pretty good. Hey, we'll take a break. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets. with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, someone's asked me, what's the theory behind this artificial intelligence program? I started it 30 years ago when nobody even heard of artificial intelligence. A really smart guy named Dennis Regan introduced me to it, and I didn't know nothing about it. Fortunately, Twentyman, who was 6 times smarter than me, liked it, and we started playing around with it. Basically what it is, it's looking at ABCD patterns, and not only that, but it's looking at the cycles between the lows and highs, that kind of stuff, you see. Now, what it does is it takes pictures like this on 2-minute bars, okay, and it goes back over a period of 30 days, and it matches them. When this bar here, when you see this pattern here, it finds it 4 or 5 days ago, it alerts you that it might be happening on that same day. That's the same things we cover in the Floor Trader's Handbook. The key times of the day of these things, and some of them are really simple. The stock market's at 10:30 and 1 o'clock. Those are the key times most of the time, probability-wise, and that's what we're trying to do, So that's really what it's all about. Nothing more fancy than that. So we're just watching coffee here. Haven't traded it for many years. I've told the story behind it, so it's not necessary. I've been asked to take a look at 2 more stocks here. Give me one of them here is JPMorgan, and let's get it up here. There it is right here. This is the hourly. You see it's been backing off a little bit here from the high. This was the high where we were. We'll just get over here. There was the high made. Oh, we had a head and shoulders pattern in this one, folks. If you like head and shoulders, there's your left shoulder. See your right shoulder over here? Right there. Look at that. Look at that. It's absolutely perfect. Right out of Andrew Lowe's book. You can't get any better than that. So what we'll do is we'll show the folks so you can do this at home. You go over here. There's the high right there. See, it does. The right shoulder is a little bit lower than the left shoulder. In silver, it took it out by a penny, but it's still valid. The high, the head to the shoulder. Let's just draw it in so you folks can see it. There's your left shoulder. There's your head. And there's your right shoulder within 1 hour of when it's supposed to come in. And if you look at the ratios, right out of the textbook of Trade What You See, you go from your high down to your low. And what are you doing? You're banging right against what? 618. And now we're starting to move a tad bit lower. That's probably what's pushing the Dow down right now. The other one we have to look at that someone just asked about used to be the most expensive stock in the Dow, but it was past, it still is in the Dow. But I think the most expensive stock that we look in our group is Meta. And he's not even a fraction of the worth of whoa! The Dow Jones got big trouble, boys and girls. My goodness, this is down $100 and some in just about a few days. Whoa, shut the front door. There's trouble. There's why the Dow's in trouble right there. Well, let's see if that was a 382. Whoa. No, this is big trouble. Let's get up here. Look at the daily on this. Oh, my goodness. this is what I've been saying. Be careful, folks, because history is in the making, and it'll be money for the taking. We'll see if it works or not. We had one other stock. I'll get it up here 1 second, and I'll bring it up to you right here. And that is this one with the what is his name? MSTR, something like that. MicroStrategy, yeah, MSTR. Here it is right here. Mastro, this is a bearish chart. I know what that looks like. Hold on right here. Here it is right here. Here's MSTR. Okay, there was the 382 pattern that we looked at before. The market came down. Let's see how it did with the old ABCD. There's your AB. There's your CD. It never even came close to an ABCD pattern, so still acting bullish. And now what we've had here is from the last high down to that level. We're banged up here at the 61 2 days in a row. There's the 61% retracement. Uh-oh. Just look out, Billy Ray. We got something else to talk about here. Hold on just a minute. You don't see these patterns come up like this. I can do it this way just a minute. Get rid of that stuff. I don't use the volume. We've got a head and shoulders pattern. Let's look at it together to see if it's right. Left shoulder right here. Da-da, ding, bing, 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 bing. You hear that ding going off? There it is right there. Draw the lead, Larry. You'll see where we are. There's another reason it looks like it's getting to be time for old, what's it called, Bitcoin to take a little breather, be down maybe 1 day a month. There's your ABC. This looks exactly like the silver chart, folks. There's your left shoulder. There's your head. There's your right shoulder coming in right at the 61% retracement. Boy, if that doesn't quantify your risk, nothing does. See, that's the real beauty of when you're looking at these patterns. And then on the way up, look at this nice little ABCD on the way up, if you like ABCDs. And I certainly do. Right here in this office is what Mark Douglas used to say every day, AB equals CD. That's the only thing that it means for me. Anyway, let's move on here. Those are all stocks going to the downside. Another currency been asked to look at is the Australian dollar. So let's get it up right now. We were looking for a bottom to come in. I haven't looked at it in days, folks. So, well, a little bottom came in, but not much. Here's where we are over the last few days. Let's look at this a little better here. Let's go to the daily because I think it made a much lower. Yeah, it had to. Yeah, it made a much lower low. We're still looking for it to get down to this level right here. Refresh this for 6 months and that'll get us there. Get rid of that so we can see the number that we're waiting to see was 603. We got down to 638. We need to go a little bit lower to complete this ABCD, but we're getting close. Have a pretty good range to the downside for this market here. So we're looking at this level here for the Australian dollar and looking at on the long-term weekly. Let's see if we've got any verification. Yep, there it is right there. See, this one didn't make the target, so that's how often I look at this one. But you can see we're coming down, almost going to make, this is going to be good, folks. Almost a triple bottom coming in here now. Very, very important one, okay? This is where the cycles come in, really good. Just when they line up perfect, AB equals CD. Oh, I'm a little too early there. No, it went past a little bit, so it's still valid, but we got to watch it here, making new lows here. We've already made new lows, so we should get ready to make a pretty good bottom. So let's look at that daily one more time, and then that'll give us a rough idea where we are. Move it over a little bit like this, and nope, there's not much else here than that. And well, we got one other one. Excuse me, there isn't one other one here. This really big one right back here, but that'll take it way down to a level where not many. Oh, it's to the same level. Shut the front door. There's the 382 right there. There's your level, 63. Big move coming here in this thing. Yeah, this should be pretty good. It's been down for 3 months. And there's the whole numbers coming in, so pay attention. That means a dollar. Watch the dollar here. If it gets down, that means the dollar might finally turn to the downside. But boy, it doesn't look like it now. You look at euro, boy, it's been other than a little bounce today, not much has had much to it. Let me fix this for JPMorgan. There we go. There's JPMorgan, and then we'll get this out of the way here. And what else we got going on here today? Let's go back and take a look at that Dow Jones since we got a minute here. And we're almost there in the bonds too, folks. Here, let's take a look at this one here. Oh, almost time for pizza. Yay, I'm almost done. Hell of a way to make a living, huh?
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is the bonds. The number we're looking at here is 117.10. The low has so far has been 117.11. Remember, you got to risk 10 pips on that, which is $300. Another question about astrology. The only thing I can tell you about astrology is it's been around for a very long time. I have mentioned a few people in this that come as our guests here. This one gentleman's never been a guest, but he's very, very famous. I mention his name all the time. And we were at a show together, a couple of years ago, maybe 5 years ago. And he came up to me and he said, I bought your book in '87. And I said, yeah, I remember sending it over to that place. And I said, I wonder if you guys were doing anything that way. So, oh, yes, we do. I says, why don't you talk about it? So he says, looked at me straight in the eye. He said, do you think that we would tell anybody that we found something really good to the public? I looked at him, I said, you're probably right. So whether that means much or not, I don't know. It's there. I think it'll be proven out here very shortly here because we've been talking about it for quite a while. It worked out in 2009, just absolutely perfectly. And it's this year, because this is the biggest top we're going to see in my lifetime. A lot of you young folks will probably see another top, but I won't see one like this anymore. And what I'm waiting for is, when the old green light turns red, and then look out below, because they don't let the little guy get way, way up in the air like that and say, okay, we've made a top. You can start taking your profits a little bit at a time. Nope. Don't work that way, boys and girls. Fear and greed are two different things. And greed is a harder thing to figure because it has to do with the euphoria. Fear is easy because you see dilated pupils, bulging eyelids, dry lips, sweating, all that stuff. Of course, fear is different. Easier to pick a bottom with fear. Anyway, we got a guest tomorrow. We got live trading, and we have Norm Winsky as our guest after the live trading, so it'll be a lot of fun. Try to join us 9 o'clock tomorrow. Jacob and TFNN if you want to sign up. Don't forget the Tiger Dollars. The best trade of the day, 40% off. See you tomorrow, folks. May God bless.